Haunting outright is at hand. Ghostly haunting since time began. Haunting outright is at hand. Ghostly haunting since time began. Raw side paranormal seeks the truth, looking for some kind of real proof. Creepy floorboards and eerie dark mist. Grab your camera and document this. No time to run, no time to hide. We are catching all of this on the raw side. A slamming door causes a fright. A shadowed hand appears in sight. Grab your REM pods and your K2s or anything else you can use. No time to run, no time to hide. We are catching all of this on the wrong side. A slamming door causes a fright. A shadowed hand appears in sight. Grab your REM pods and your K2s or anything else you can use. No time to run, no time to hide. We are catching all of this on the raw side. The icy air touches your neck. You feel like screaming, but you stay in check. Orbs rising up to take the magical flight. You can't believe what's happening tonight. Don't run, don't try to hide. We are catching this all on the raw side. Don't run, don't try to hide. We are catching this all on the raw side.
Hey everybody. Boy, I'm telling you, I'm a little behind on the curve. Sorry about that. Oh, I feel like hammered shit tonight, guys. Sorry. And I'm having some issues here, some technical issues. So hopefully stuff will work out. I don't know. The background's eating me, guys. Oh, how is everybody doing today? Let's see who we've got in the chat. And we've got, oh, Karen, Miss Karen's here. Oh, yay. She says, I'm in bed right now and about to get up and start my day, not doing anything, still have to rest. Yes, you rest. And we can't wait to hear about everything that you have been up to and what you're changing. Look at this. Oh, I don't know what's going on, guys. It's eating me alive. Let's see who else is. Bill's here and Carla. Welcome. Blue Sky Lisa. Welcome. Let me scroll down and see what's going on and who has popped in to hang out with us tonight. And our special guest, we've got Noah. Let's see. I'm here, but I don't know how I'm going to join. Okay, if you clicked on that link, you're in there, so I'm just going to hook you up. Don't worry about it. So hopefully everything is working. And how is everybody doing tonight? I'm telling you, I finished up the garage build. Oh my goodness. I'm telling you, the doors went on today and we are ready to roll. I will never do that again. Put your hands together, guys, and welcome Noah to the show. Hi, Noah. How are you?
Hey. Can you hear me?
Hey. Yes, we can hear you, sir.
Awesome. Good to know. Pleasure to have you. A pleasure to be here. I mean,
well, it's a pleasure to have you on. Everybody's excited because everybody is loving your channel, loving you.
Thank you.
You are just like a ball of energy, and it's just awesome.
I appreciate that, Laura. Thank you.
It really is. It is a pleasure to watch you. Actually, your ears must have been burning today because I was talking to you today with Bill from Carburetors of Coffee, and he just amazed at in your enthusiasm and everything.
Oh, that's really nice.
Before we get into
That's
the
really
news,
nice.
we
That's
want
mighty kind.
I always like to ask all of my guests. We know what you do. We know what
Yep.
your hobby is or what your job is as far as the paranormal goes. But we want to know about Noah the person. So fill us in about who Noah the person is.
Um, I mean, for me, it's as in, I feel like I'm a pretty positive guy. I'm a positive. I'm always looking at the positive side of things, and I don't know. There is some like I don't know how to describe myself, to be honest. Um, I don't know, just super energetic, I guess, and yeah, I mean, so hard to explain, I guess.
Okay. Well, you do have a regular job besides the paranormal, correct?
Yes, I'm a bartender at a restaurant,
So
shaking
that's
those martinis.
from
Oh, I'm from Barica, Massachusetts, right in the Middlesex County. So it's kind of like a little bit right in the middle of Massachusetts, kind of a little bit more to the east, near the ocean, near Boston.
okay.
Yeah,
So that's great. So yeah, loving it by the water.
heck
Fantastic.
yeah. The ocean's my favorite. I love being next to the ocean. I'd rather be near the ocean than the mountains, to be honest. So I'm very lucky to be in the spot where I get to stay by the beach.
Yeah, fantastic. So which
Heck
one
yeah.
you used to be a surfer?
Yes, I still am. Still
Still
am.
am. So see
Yeah.
that energy comes from.
Yeah, I love it. I honestly I do like I always wanted to get out of my comfort zone. Um I've been working since I was 13 and always worked retail, but I've always wanted to become a bartender and server because I've always been super shy when I was younger and was I'm still an introvert. But I always wanted to get out of my comfort zone and force myself to talk to people out there and get myself out there and experience more.
Right. So yeah, hey, you should. I mean, you're a joy to watch.
Thank you.
Everybody just really loves it.
Yeah.
What
Thank you.
into the paranormal? Was it your own
Um,
experience? Personal paranormal experience, or just you said what the hell?
Surprisingly, I feel like a lot of ghost hunters, a lot of investigators, um, go into the field by experiencing something when they're younger, or you know what I mean. But I feel like for me, it was just this random TV show, Laura, and it was for some reason I think it was Cartoon Network. Surprisingly, it was not a cartoon. I think Cartoon Network was experimenting with like live uh, TV show kind of things.
Right.
So this was when Ghost Adventures was at its like prime at like season 2, season 3. Like it was like everyone was loving it. So Cartoon Network kind of made it into, hey, let's do kind of a Ghost Adventures thing, but for kids. So when I was young, I was like 8, 9 years old. I watched this TV show on Cartoon Network. It was called The Other Siders. And the other siders were these like 17, 16-year-old kids, teenagers that would go to the Queen Mary or like go to Alcatraz and
Right.
investigate. Their team would have like a tech guy, a researcher, all that kind of stuff. And
Right.
Laura, like when I was young, I used to be like, wow, I really want to do this. I used to like come on around like 9 p.m. and my Portuguese grandmother would be like, Noah, Noah, vapacama, like go to sleep, go to sleep. But I always like tried my best to watch as much as I could on that because I was so interested.
Right.
So that got me into it. But then as I grew older, I got a laptop and stuff, and I got exposed to a lot of like old YouTube, like Ouija board stuff and creepy dolls and all that kind of stuff. That's what got me into the paranormal and got me pushing to where I am today.
Okay. So you didn't actually have your own experience, but was just
No.
the interest. Okay.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
yeah, which is kind of odd. I feel like not a lot of investigators um, have that kind of thing. They always, always, I can't say always, but for what I've seen a lot of investigators go into the field because of what they experienced first thing.
Right.
You know,
Yeah, because yeah, that's what happened to me. It was, that first experience hooked me at 8 years old, and you know,
really.
here I am 30 years later.
Yeah, and the thing is, Laura, what's interesting is that through my research, like with my team and stuff, we've noticed that like a lot of the times, kids like kids they can see through whatever is in between.
Yes,
Kids and cats. Kids haven't been really fed that much information yet, so they can see family members that passed away
right,
and talk to them. You know, we've seen have plenty of cases on my team that had that kind of situation. Kids can see what is there. So what I tell my clients ask us to come in and stuff and investigate. Um, Say like a client had a death in the family, for example, let's say an aunt, right? Let's say hypothetically, like Aunt Jenny, she passed away. The client would say, "Hey, like my kid keeps saying that she talks to Aunt Jenny." I tell him to believe it because they haven't really talked about Aunt Jenny to the kid, and he has no context of it, but he's talking to her. You know what I
right.
mean? Kids are able to understand it. It's so weird, but
Well,
it gets kind of clouded when they grow older.
well, because you become contaminated by
Right.
what you're
Yep.
being taught. Kids are more open.
Right. Exactly. So I tell my clients or anybody if they have kids and they see something, believe it, because they're seeing stuff that we can't see.
So okay, well, Bill says that your last video was epic,
Oh,
and
thank you, bro. I appreciate
says
that.
that you wouldn't know it from your videos that that uh the you're not you didn't have your that experience like everybody else did, and you just took it up and did it.
Yep.
Blue Sky says Noah will find falling down old building, jump through a window, point out how sketchy the stairs look, and proceed to yeah, and just climb them up. Yeah,
Absolutely. I love Lisa so much. Yeah, it's. I'm always doing stupid stuff. You already know. Like
you're
it's.
young, you
Um,
can get away with it.
yeah, yeah. But it's crazy because I always, I'm always putting myself in risky situations for YouTube, and it's mostly to show that I can do this stuff. I guess
Right,
if that makes sense, you know? So if I hear like a door, for example, Laura, like, a couple months ago, I was in a abandoned sanatorium and I was in the ground level, to the ground level, the one below it, but there was a morgue there, an abandoned morgue,
right.
and I was in there recording, and we all my audience could hear all the doors slamming. I was hearing the doors slamming, and I would run towards the noise. God knows what's in there. It's either a human, a draft, or a ghost. I think it was a draft, but like you got to run towards it no matter what. It's stupid because I mean, if you're in a band place, it could be anybody.
Could be anything.
Um, but exactly, yeah. The worst case would be a human, but while I'm recording, I'm like, I have to do it. You know what I mean? Well, no matter what, if I'm recording or not, but
Yeah, well, there's a lot of us that do that instead of well, see, that's the whole point. You're there, so you run
yeah,
towards it, and a lot of people they'll scream and run the other
right,
way,
right,
and then
yeah,
you say, well, then what are you there for?
exactly, yeah. I mean, you drive all that way just to run away from a ghost or whatever is making that noise. No, you got to run towards it and investigate. You're a paranormal investigator. You should be investigating. It's your job. You can't
Exactly.
be like, yeah. I mean, Laura, like you can't like we can't be hunting deer and then when we see a deer, we run away.
Run away
You
the
know
other way.
what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, Bill says that you are fearless in that video.
Yeah. Hold on, Laura, 1 second.
Sure. Hi, Giselle. Welcome. Welcome, Ian. Glad you guys could all hang out with us. Love it. Love it. Yeah, being just being young is the best part because you can get away with pretty much anything. Let's go
Okay,
back.
I'm back, Laura.
Okay.
Yes, sorry.
It's all right. Yeah, I was just saying, how you being younger, excuse me, you can get away with a lot more. Being older, it's a little harder to climb through those windows.
I don't know, fair. I mean, for me, like, um, I with that kind of stuff, it's super dangerous because the glass and freaking, all the sputters everywhere and all that. It's
Oh yeah,
oh Laura, it's crazy.
and every building's filled with them.
Yeah,
That's what it's
yeah,
from them.
yeah.
So as far as doing this, can you tell us pretty much when you go in there? Because I love it because you're so honest, and that's it's so refreshing nowadays. A lot of the
Yeah,
young ones are following the train of the fakers. But you get right in there, you do your research,
yeah.
uh,
Make your
and that's the
computer.
part that we love. Do you do the research completely before you go in, or do you wait until after it's done and then and follow up?
For me, it depends, honestly. Like sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. I have a whole different like thing when it comes to it. Um, it's tough because most of the time I research it. Um, Usually, the thing is with investigations and research, I research a bit, then find the hotspots myself.
Right,
Um, but if it's a report, like a team report, if some like client is like telling us about some location that they've experienced EVP or a sighting, then we try to find the history and other reports on hauntings in that area. That way, we know the hotspot in the house or the property. Uh, then we determine what we're going to take on the investigation and what we're going to do on the activity that happened. So if people are getting hit or scratched, then bring just cameras. If there's reports on talking, then cameras and spirit boxes. Uh, to me, it's all situational, Laura.
okay,
Every investigation is different, but a lot of times I do like researching, but sometimes I like to urbex explore a place and find out the research after,
right,
because there's been incidents that happened where I've had captured something paranormal when I'm not investigating and did not do my research. And then once I captured that on film when I was reviewing the footage, then I look at the history and then boom, it makes sense. For example, there is this abandoned theme park in Connecticut, Laura, and this I did not do my research before going into this abandoned spot. Annie and I were urbex exploring, and while I was talking about all the religious themes of this theme park, my external microphone on my camera captured a woman that said help, clear as day, on my YouTube. Did not hear it in real time. When
right.
I reviewed back the footage, then I was like, wow, I hear that help. I look up the place. A 13-year-old girl passed away exactly where I was standing. I got sexually assaulted and then unfortunately got killed too, and got dragged into the woods right where I was standing.
Wow.
And it makes total sense. Did not do my research beforehand, but boom, it all connected, you know?
So yeah, that's really
So
cool.
I just sometimes it's good not to research and just, connect the dots when things come
Right.
like that.
Well, I guess that's what it is because I know a lot of people don't. They want history of the location,
Yeah.
but they don't want the haunted history.
Right.
So yeah, I think that it does make a difference because it can corrupt how you're going into the building or spot. Um,
Yeah.
and I think sometimes, yeah, the haunted history I don't want to know until after the
Right.
fact, and then to see if the data that you collect matches up with the story.
Yeah. Yeah.
As far
And
as
that
go ahead.
no, you can go on, Laura. Go ahead. You first.
The question was when, like you said, you bring equipment that's going to suit the situation or the
Yep.
location. What kind of equipment do you use? What do
So
you put your faith in?
yes. So what I use is a EVP recorder. Best thing besides cameras. and a spirit box as well. A lot of debunkers don't really like cat toys, which I understand. I don't like the light up ones, but I
Mm.
like the jingly ones, the ones with the little ball in the middle, because a pissed off ghost can just kick it across the room and it's non intimidating. If we set up like REM pods or like freaking all this technological crap, I feel like a ghost. My theory is that they would be like kind of like, oh God, what are they here to do? You know. But if we set up like non-intimidating, like cat toys that jingle, or even metal fidget spinners, I feel like that would be better investigating with them than using EMF. But cameras are the big thing, Laura. Definitely. We cannot capture evidence without something to collect evidence on. So cameras are the big thing. IR
Right.
light attachments to light up the infrared spectrum, and yeah, EVP recorders all the way for sure.
Awesome. Awesome. Welcome, Paul. How are you doing? Um, now you're the first person I've ever heard of thinking about using a fidget spinner. Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
anything off of that?
Not yet. It's been 6 years, but I like to use the metal ones, the ones that can't really move because of the wind. I don't really like the ones that are plastic. The heavy metal ones are pretty good. My theory is that you can give a fidget spinner to a 90-year-old man, and the 90-year-old man can look at it and be like, "Whoa!" Like he'd be amazed by this, like by how much simply like how much simplified a toy can be. You know what I mean? Like how like satisfying it can be, and give that to a 100-year-old ghost. They probably can think the same thing. They're like, "Holy crap! What is this?" You know. So I
Okay.
feel like setting up a fidget spinner and explaining to them how it works, I feel like that might introduce them to, you know, something that they never had before and give us evidence.
Right. So, but you haven't
Obviously,
done anything yet with it?
not yet, not yet. No, but that's most of my stuff. Honestly, like
Right.
even I've only been here for 6 years. Only been doing it for 6 years, so I've not really captured much on camera, to be honest. It's not
Well,
really been a long time.
that's
Um,
pretty normal. Thanks, Faith. Bill has a question for you. He says he wants to know, what drone are you using?
It's the DJI Spark, the DJI Spark. That one's decent, but I'm having struggles with it. I would definitely upgrade it to a better drone, because that drone's kind of finicky, to be honest.
I still have to learn how to use one.
It's tough. It took me like several months, and then 7 months in, I crashed into a tree, but I
Right.
managed to
That's
fix
right.
it.
Like
Yeah,
crappy one, smash it all up, learn the
yeah.
and then buy
I,
the
I,
good
yeah, I break everything I touch, Laura. It's
one.
crazy.
Well, that would be my husband. Anything electric,
Yeah.
it's the bed.
Your husband and I would get along well.
Yeah, and that's why he won't get on a plane because he knows it'll crash.
Oh no, we like Lost, the TV show Lost.
Right, right.
Yeah.
That's what he says. Yeah, the minute he get on there, it'd be like the plane goes, "Oh, he's on here," and then everything would shut off.
Oh gosh, that's my luck right there.
It's terrible too. He touches the computer, and I get yells from the other room. Come here, fix this.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Hi, Friday. Welcome. Um,
Hey,
out of
Friday.
adventures that you've been doing, we want to ask which one has been your favorite so far.
My favorite would be a place that is now demolished. It was called Bramble Hill Estate in Worcester, Massachusetts, right in the very center of the state. And this place I did not know was haunted until a couple of urbex explorations there. But it was my favorite spot because I would collect crazy activity, doors slamming, spirits saying to go back when I entered the basement, and started yelling at them, or even the ghosts confirming that they slammed the door themselves on camera on YouTube. So this has been my favorite. It's been I was lucky enough to investigate it as much as I could and document research. study it as much as I could before it got demolished. But that was my favorite place I've ever been to.
Right. Was it a
Um,
private manor home? What?
yeah, it was a huge mansion. Yeah, and I even investigated it when it was completely demolished, and it was a huge construction site. I wanted to test to see if spirits get upset when their own home disappears.
Right.
So that was a good spot to investigate while it was eradicated, basically.
Did you pick up anything on just the grounds or no?
Yes, the land. I do believe the land is more haunted than the mansion itself. It makes me question. I really do wish it's still there so I can study it more.
Right.
I don't have all the answers, but I honestly do believe that it could honestly be the land because Laura, there is surprisingly when that mansion got demolished, I was like, oh man, I'll never find another abandoned mansion again. Across the street, we found an abandoned mansion and we investigated that spot and we got a lot of voices. So I do believe it must be some kind of, it could be the King Philip's War back in the 1600s. It could be, it could be anything. I do believe it could be the land, to be honest.
Right. Oh, you're probably right. I mean, if you're getting, similar stuff from across the street,
Right.
then
Yeah.
yeah, that's probably what's going on. Hi, Yummy Donut. Welcome. We have a question from Sir Spookfest. He wants to know what your favorite a local legend or story is.
Oh, that's a good question, Spookfest. I would go with either the Jersey Devil or the Puckwudgie. Uh, the Puckwudgie is if anyone in chat doesn't know, Puckwudgie is a little midget creature that natives believed to be a tiny little midget Native American. But people in legend, people say it's like a half porcupine, half human that uh, guides people into it's a bit mischievous and it guides people to like dangerous environments and stuff. That's kind of lore and that specific creature is what I'm trying to study in a swamp that is nearby my house. Everyone says that they've seen something there, but I've yet to caught something. But it's interesting to me.
Okay, yes, because Spookfest says he knows what they are because he grew up in the Bridgewater Triangle.
Exactly. Yep. Spookfest is right. Yeah, I live right next to what people call the Bridgewater Triangle, almost like the Bermuda Triangle. I don't really believe the rumors of the Bridgewater Triangle, but it's fascinating that there is a swamp in the heart of that specific triangle, and that swamp has a lot of Native American deaths. So when it comes to Native American stuff, I be respectful and I don't try to do anything crazy.
So have you been there and checked that out though?
Yes. On my channel, I've uploaded a couple videos on that place. Even some abandoned homes in the area within the triangle.
Right.
But my most recent one in that triangle was the swamp with one of my team members. I believe it was in June or May. I uploaded a video with them.
All right. Yeah, I'll have to check that out because I've seen a few of them, not all of them yet. And
Fair.
I
But
keep
we
hearing
caught nothing.
Bridgewater Triangle, and I'm thinking, okay, I've got to look this up, and I still haven't
Yeah.
had a chance to do it yet, but I'm going to get to it.
Fair. It's interesting. It's interesting for sure.
Brian, yeah, he says the Mothman is his favorite, but the Jersey Devil, rather crazy one too.
Yeah. I don't really believe in the Mothman, but there is. I've have heard reports that there is some sightings of the Jersey Devil, but I obviously can't confirm that. But I do believe that Jersey Devil could be something there. But the Mothman, I don't really believe, surprisingly.
Well, not
But that's
everybody
awesome, though, for sure. Mothman's a pretty good one.
So, well, most folklore is all pretty awesome. It's just whether or not we can find out if it's real or just
Right.
just stories.
Absolutely.
Else. Have you ever been to a place where you don't ever want to return because it's either too disturbing for you or just some other reason why you wouldn't go back?
Absolutely not. If I capture something evil on the spot, I am staying there and I'm studying. I feel like that goes against everything I've worked for and I believe. If I seen something that is crazy to me, that is definitely supernatural, I'm staying there no matter what. I'm gonna be freaking camping there, you know? There's no time where I wanted to stay away from a location that is very creepy.
Right. So just, fearless, charge in, there you go.
Absolutely.
So that's you see, that's fantastic.
Mhm.
Oh, as far as EVPs, have you gotten anything that really just blew your socks off?
Yes, yes. There was one, the theme park one I told you about. That was, like I said, captured on the external microphone. But when I went back, I believe like 2 weeks later to investigate it again, and I asked her if it was her that cried for help. And on video on my channel, it's confirmed. The EVP said yes. It was a clear as day. The same girl that said help, completely clear as day. Yes, it was me. Um, there's others. One significant one was in Rhode Island in Precious Blood Cemetery in Woonsocket, the town of Woonsocket, very old. And this cemetery was a lot of history with it. In the 1950s, there was I believe it was a hurricane, and all the water that it went all over the cemetery, flooded the whole cemetery, and all the coffins rose from the graves and got flushed down into the neighborhood. And when I go there, I get a lot of activity, a lot of names. I've seen shadows darting around, try to chase them, see if I can actually capture them.
Mhm.
But there was one instance where Annie and I were there. I believe it was the summer of 2021, Laura, and I was pissing them off. And right when I forget what I was saying, but clear as day, when we're right in the middle of the cemetery, we heard children giggling. It was around 2 a.m. and I caught it on my EVP recorder.
Wow.
I put it up on my YouTube so people can see.
Mhm.
But you can hear multiple children giggling on the pavement. It's freaking awesome.
Well, it is great when you finally catch something that's really, really great.
Oh, so good. The adrenaline is so fascinating.
It,
Like I stand there like, whoa, you know?
and you don't. Did I really hear that? And it's
Yeah, yeah.
is
And
that you funk as you go.
yeah,
So I mean, like I said, it's so refreshing because a lot of the, you've seen them, we've all seen them.
yeah,
These fans out there today that they're total BS, and I'm glad that you're not following suit with the rest of those guys.
absolutely.
So it's good. You're on the right path, and you're
Thank you.
determined. No matter nothing's going to hold you back. That's what's great about it.
Absolutely.
Bill
100%.
says there was a place that he was afraid to go back to for a while, and he's always regretted that. So see, that's if you're going to do it, and
Also, I'll just say, Boo, I love your videos, my friend. You do
good
a
job.
great job, brother. Good work.
You guys all do a great job. It's
Thank you. I try
patient
my best.
editing and all of that, and like it's same thing like with Joe and all of them. It's just
Heck
amazing
yeah.
what you guys do, and yeah, I
No,
edit.
100%.
I forget the edit. I'm just gonna put it out there, and then you guys just deal with it.
I respect all you guys. You guys are freaking amazing. I love this community.
Oh yes, we do have a great community. Faith says, "What sauce is your preferred for your wings to be tossed in?"
All right, Laura, what you got? Let me hear it.
That's what she wants to know. Which is your preferred wing sauce?
You go first, Laura, then I'll say mine.
Me, I am doing medium chicken wing sauce because my husband can't take the hot stuff,
Fair enough. Fair enough.
and I
For
always I always do whatever suits my husband. So
fair, fair. For me, it'll be okay. I used to despise buffalo, but I've come around to it. I do like buffalo, and teriyaki is pretty good too. But I'll go with teriyaki. I think is my top.
oh, nice. Okay, let's see here. Sky says, The shadow in the church really had my hopes up.
Yes.
Heartbroken when Noah debunked it himself.
Yes. Oh, I was so sad when I oh, there was I don't know if you saw it, Laura. The abandoned church I went to.
Right,
There was it was on an island. It's called Long Island. It's in Boston, off the
right,
Boston Harbor. And this abandoned place has an abandoned morgue. I used to be a homeless shelter and
right,
a disease control facility. It has 11 buildings. It has like playpens, like abandoned playgrounds, abandoned school buses, you name it. Every single abandoned thing is in there. Uh, there was an abandoned church there that I really wanted to investigate. And this abandoned church, when I was investigating it, I had an Light camera in my hand,
right,
and there was another Light camera on top of the loft. And what happened was I made a mistake. So when I was reviewing the footage, I saw a shadow going quicker than when I was walking. And it went from the middle of the altar to the corner of the room, and it disappeared.
right.
For a couple of weeks, I kept on looking at it and looking at it, and I was 97% sure it was something. But then I took a really good look at it, like sped it up, slowed it down constantly until a point where I'm like, wow, you know what? This actually might be something, because this might not be something, because it looked like, since I was facing the altar of my camera, my Light attachment was reflecting on the Light camera on top of the loft, causing my own shadow to
Right.
appear while I was walking facing the altar. So I believe that honestly, it could just be my shadow uh, over a reflection on the Light, unfortunately.
Oh, okay. So, well, yeah, when in doubt, throw it out.
Yeah, unfortunately, that sucks, because I was so sure it was something, but it isn't.
Right. Okay. Philip from Stay Tuned. Of course, this is the running gag in the community. He wants to know what's your. He has to ask, what is his favorite pudding?
Stay tuned. I love you, my friend. You are an amazing man. I appreciate what you have done to the channel yesterday. I cannot thank you enough. But my favorite pudding, stay tuned, would be I honestly say chocolate, to be honest. Chocolate's
Yeah.
the best way. Heck yes. Let me know what your favorite pudding is. Stay tuned. Let me know, brother. Let me know, Philip.
Okay. So, is it white chocolate or chocolate chocolate?
Oh, chocolate, 100%. For sure.
Yeah. Bill saying that. Yeah. Bill and I were talking about you. That's why I said your ears are burning. We were talking about you guys today, and he says that we were talking about how you and Annie seem to have a good balance. She seems very quiet, and you're very outgoing. He says he loves it.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, Annie and I have I love working with Annie. Annie's fun. I love tagging Annie along with my stuff. She works really hard too in the channel, because uh she finds abandoned spots as much as I find abandoned spots.
Right.
So it helps with the channel's growth, and keep on creating that content. But thank you. Yes, Annie and I are a good team for sure. Annie is a blessing for sure.
So yeah, she's quiet.
Yeah, she is quiet. Yes, but honestly, what I can say is that I do have an external microphone on my on around my neck area.
Right.
So when I'm talking, you can hear me more than where Annie is, because Annie is usually off in a distance.
Right. Yeah, she's always wandering off. Yeah.
Exactly. So when she's quiet, I don't think she's really quiet. It's just my microphone doesn't really pick her up from a distance. So it does sound like she's quiet, and I have to put like
Okay.
captions in the bottom.
Yeah, Boo Production says that holy crap, he knows who I am.
Heck yeah. Heck yeah, I've watched your videos, Boo. I've watched the videos. I don't really comment that much. I don't think I've commented at all, to be honest, but I've watched your videos a ton.
So he's out there. He's just lurking in the background, guys.
Oh yeah, yep.
Philip
I'm
like
sneaky.
pudding. So Philip is just a pudding connoisseur.
Hell yeah, dude. I don't blame him. Don't put the mayo on the hot dog, Philip. I swear to God.
No, I tried. It was just, oh. I said, just because of Crow, I'm going to give it a shot. And it was like,
Yeah.
no.
Oh gosh. Mayonnaise. I swear to God.
But hey, you never know, right?
Yeah, no, fair enough. To each their own.
Okay,
To each
Ryan. So
their own.
what's your most freaky experience with ghosts or weirdness happening?
Um, for me, it was the same spot, the Bramble Hill Estates, the mansion. Annie and I were in there one night investigating. And what happened was we were there for, I believe, 2 hours at that point, and we were planning to be there for around, I believe, 4 or 5. And it was like around like April. No, it was May. Was it May? Yeah. So it was around like May. And what happened was I did not bring any water because I'm slow. And I'm like, wow. In my head, I'm like, wow, I'm very thirsty. Did not say anything to Annie about it. And on my spirit box, I got a ghost saying, thirsty. Now I'm like, okay. Like I said, I've not been doing this for a long time. It's only been 6 years. But what I figured out in different investigations is that ghosts, if they're strong enough, they can get inside your head. They can shuffle through the files in your brain. It's really weird. So at this point, I'm like, okay, yeah. So this spirit, we know what kind of haunting this is. So I'm like, okay, so this guy, he's doing something. So I went up to Annie, and we were up near the lobby area where the spiral staircase is, right in the center of the mansion. And I was holding my camera. We're not supposed to be there. I'm gonna be honest. It was no trespassing. We go there illegally. I'm not gonna lie.
Ooh, naughty boy.
Um, and so what happened was the spirit knew what I was afraid of, because on my spirit box, the spirit within like 30 minutes, he said, "There's a cop." Clear as day. It's on my YouTube channel. I believe it was like it was definitely like in. I think I released it. It was definitely May 2023, I believe. But it's on my YouTube channel, and you can hear it. It's crazy. And at that point, I was like, okay, we got to get out of here. There's police outside. That's the only way you can get rid of me when I'm in an abandoned place or a cemetery. If a
Right.
ghost does tell me that there is authority around.
So yeah,
Um,
hop that fence and start running.
yeah. So when Annie and I believe, this comes into play later. I believe that fear is healthy.
Right.
I don't really get fearful, but this is the first time ever that I was afraid. And Annie and I were both freaking out. And we know each other for a long time. We can sense each other. So we both can just feel ourselves, like feeling that like freaky, that vibe. And as soon as that happened, we can hear children footsteps upstairs giggling, and you can hear the footsteps. We've been in there for 2 hours already. Like, we've searched that place up and down. We turned the place upside down. Like, that place is like completely empty. And at that point, for some reason, I think it was just my thought process that there was authority possibly outside. I wasn't smart and did not investigate that noise upstairs. But Annie did say that she assumed that it was a car door slamming. So she heard the footsteps upstairs as in the police door slamming. So I believed her anyway. So I'm like, okay, so it has to be a car door. We got out of there. There was no cop. And we're like, we'll come back there next time.
Right.
I forgot my camera that day in that mansion.
You forgot it in the building?
Yeah, I forgot it. The next morning we went back and we investigated again. But yeah, that was crazy. That ghost knew how to get rid of me.
Oh yeah, because actually, his question is: have you ever had a human experience where they have threatened you in an abandoned place?
Not yet, but I've had my fair share of human activity in abandoned places. I'm the one who is kind of I'm not that smart when it comes to it. I when I enter a building, I go all out and say, hey, like I'm just here to take pictures. I call it out. And I kind of threaten whoever's there, excuse me. Even though I don't have any, even though I'm not armed. But I have gotten a few encounters. Recently, I was at the same cemetery in Woonsocket. It was at night. It was around 12 a.m. with me and Annie. And we saw two kids in a distance walking in the cemetery. We did not know they were there. And we could tell it was them because the sky was kind of bright, surprisingly, for 12 a.m. And the ground was super black and pitch black. So if there's a shadow, we can see it.
Right.
So we saw two human shadows go through darts between different graves. And I'm like, crap, we're not alone. That's going to mess up my investigation. So I was like, I'm going to scare him off. And Annie was like, oh, don't do it. But I hid behind a mausoleum. And they hid behind a mausoleum. Like I see them from a distance, poking their heads out. And I called them out. And they ran away. But when it comes to human activity, I try to scare them off, to be honest. It has to be. It's them or me, you know? So I gotta step my foot down.
You're gonna walk into. Could have been.
It's dangerous, but it's for the content if something happens to me. It's kind of bad to say, but
It's for the content.
yeah. I just say my Hail Mary and
then just jump in with both feet. Thanks for popping in, Chef.
And you can tell from my YouTube channel, like when I enter abandoned places, I immediately just go right out the gate with some comments before I start exploring.
Right. Okay, Bill says, is that on video? What he just got done talking about?
Yes, the cop thing, the spirit saying there's a cop. Yes.
Yeah, he says it's on video.
I think it's called Overnight at an Abandoned Mansion.
Okay, so yeah, we know what Bill will be watching. So that's great.
And Laura,
yeah.
I'm very grateful that I'm here with you. It's freaking awesome.
It's a pleasure to have you here. Like I said, everybody is really enjoying your content. So, you're going in the right direction.
Oh, thank you, Laura. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm very grateful. Thank you.
I just, like I said, everybody just loves your energy and your enthusiasm and your honesty.
That means a lot, Laura. Thank you.
So, I mean, just keep it that way. Keep it real. Keep it
absolutely.
Raw.
Yeah, I'm 100% honest with my audience. Always gotta keep it that way.
So, because once you turn the corner to the dark side, you're gonna.
Yeah.
It's just for the clicks and the views, it's really not worth it. Because in the long run, people are going to be interested in the real community is going to be interested in your data.
Right.
Go. And that's another thing. You're going to places that other people haven't been to.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of people go to the big famous places, but I think now that it's been overdone.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
new fresh places.
Right. Also, in a way, like I 100% agree. I also would love to go to these places. It's just that I feel like paying for an investigation, there's something wrong with that, in my opinion. I feel like if you're paying for investigation, it's wrong. I feel like if you're really making people buy, like real investigators buy to get in, I feel like real investigators should get a different treatment because they're here to give you answers to tell whether it's haunted or not. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I would love to go to like the Conjuring house or whatever, but I can go across, like I can just drive 30 minutes for free to a cemetery and get more than the Conjuring.
So you don't have like any big place on your bucket list?
Well, I do want to go to like some places like Lizzie Borden house, even though I don't really believe that it's haunted. But I really want to like go to these famous locations. And I do believe, in my opinion, I don't trust tour guides.
Right.
Because they're here to kind of like give you an experience or like fake it for you. You can tell through like these ghost hunters on YouTube. These tour guides would be like, "Oh, look over there! There's something over there," when there's nothing over there. But they they pretend like something's there to give you a good experience. I want to call them out. As stupid as that is, I want to be on YouTube and call them out as is.
Right. Like I said, like, well, with the Conjuring House, I mean, poor Joe could tell you that it's cost you, your life savings, and there's so many
Yeah.
restrictions. And now with
Yeah.
all the drama with the owner and everything, I wouldn't touch that place with a 10-foot pole.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, because it's just a hot mess. People are booking, time there, and they're not getting in, and they're losing their money, and
Yeah.
it's
Yeah. I mean, it's just I always wanted to go to the Conjuring House, but I mean, yeah,
maybe
nowadays it's very, very tough.
if she ever sells it, and then somebody else gets in her and does the right thing by the place, then maybe
Right.
people can continue to go, because it still is an experience. I mean, because
Yeah.
I know you probably have seen Joe's footage and a lot of other
Yeah,
people's.
yeah, I've seen them. I've seen Side Guy and Joe go in there and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
And
Philip
Joe
says,
got married there.
it's
The ring.
yeah.
Yeah.
Philip says, "I'll rent you my haunted garage for 100 a night, free snacks in the mini fridge."
All right, CJ Fajan.
See, that's a bargain. It's free snacks in a mini fridge is definitely.
Yeah, whoa.
Don't you
Well, I
usually
love Stay Tuned.
just for a pack of M&Ms in a mini fridge? So yeah, that's a bargain. Personality put it out there.
Sold.
Show up at Philip's house.
Sold.
Yeah. Hi, Rob. Welcome.
Hey, Rob.
So yeah, that's it's your top bucket list place. Which would it be?
Queen Mary.
Queen Mary.
Queen Mary. Like this completely goes back to what I was talking about that Cartoon Network show. When I was younger, I've always wanted to investigate the Queen Mary because those kids went to it when I watched it when I was like 8. But what I've heard is that the staff doesn't allow you to go to the haunted parts, like the pool and everything. They don't allow you to go to the actual haunted parts of the Queen Mary. But I want to see if I can talk them into it.
Well, isn't it? I know. Recently, I mean, I don't know how true this is. I did hear something about that they weren't going to allow investigations anymore at the Queen Mary.
Really?
I'm not sure.
If that's the case, that's unfortunate.
Knows the scoop better than I do. But that was the last rumor I heard, that they were going to stop that.
I would hope that rumor isn't true, because I would love to go there, Laura. I really hope that's not true.
So hopefully, they changed their minds. I don't know.
I really hope so. I really hope they change their mind on that. God dang. I'll see what I can do. Maybe I can talk them into it. Surprisingly,
all you do is call up and find out. Ryan
right.
says he thinks that the woods around the Conjuring House are what makes it very. I agree. I think it's the property.
I agree with that. I agree the haunted part of the Conjuring House is the abandoned cemetery right next to it. There is surprisingly an abandoned cemetery. I've wanted to go into that property and explore just that, but I've not. There's not a lot of parking spaces within like a 3-4 mile radius.
Oh, so Carla's been to the Queen Mary. Oh, you lucky!
Hey, Hora, welcome in. It's good to see you, sister.
2003, she went. Lucky.
That's awesome. I'm jealous, Hora. I will love to go to Queen Mary.
Fantastic.
I wish I was you.
Yeah. I know I don't get to go to any of these places, but hey, it's all right. I live vicariously through you guys.
Okay.
That's why I do these interviews, because it's I'm
It's fun.
Those. Ryan says Lizzie Borden house is very cool.
I always wanted to go there.
So
I'm like 40 minutes away from it, I believe.
Oh wow! So I mean, Jesus, right down the street.
Yeah, and Conjuring House is like 50 minutes away from where I am right now. because
So
it's in the border. Conjuring House is in the border of Massachusetts and Rhode Island. So
right.
where I investigate that Precious Blood Cemetery in Woonsocket, that's 15 minutes away from the Conjuring House.
Oh, okay.
It's crazy.
Fantastic. Yeah, but like right now, it's such a hot mess over there.
Oh, for sure, for
I
sure.
would not touch it.
Fair, fair.
No way. And just like you said, you have to sign all these waivers.
Yeah.
She has to okay the videos
Oh
and
God. Yeah.
what she's going through. I just wouldn't even do it. Wouldn't even do it.
I would love to go there just alone, without anyone,
Right. And yeah, that's not
without anyone around.
right.
But I heard Annie's friends have been to the Conjuring House recently, and what they told Annie is that the tour guides would like not harass them, but they would constantly being in their vicinity and be like, "Oh, look at this, look at that, look at this. There's something there." When they don't
Right.
even believe in ghosts, and they're like, "Okay, like you can clearly tell you're bullshitting." The tour guides there. Oh my lord.
Well, yeah.
Giselle, welcome in, Giselle. Oh my goodness.
They gotta follow a script, so it's
Yeah, yeah.
that's what it is. A lot of most of them anyway.
Wait, what
See,
did Giselle say?
say that. Oh, she said that we have Salem, the Conjuring House, and Lizzie Borden all close by.
Heck yeah. Yeah. Oh, I
Yeah,
love Salem.
it's the hot spot over there.
Oh, yeah, for sure. History is what causes hauntings. And hitting Salem, you can walk down the street and see something.
Oh, what is this? Rob says, Laura, did your background man get kicked to the curb? No, what are you? No, earlier, yeah, my background was. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Okay, no, I just swapped it up. That's all. I changed it from something spooky to who knows outer space. It's whatever I'm feeling that night.
Heck yeah.
That's what pops up behind me. He's still lurking though.
No
Lurking
surprise.
around. Oh, geez. Okay, if anybody's got any questions, let's pop them out. What is your plans for your next investigation? Where do you plan on going?
The plan for next place is an abandoned pink house. It was a spite house back in the mid 1900s.
Okay.
A woman in court forced her husband to build an exact replica of their house. It's all rumored, so we can't really claim it's true, but that's the story. And this house, the husband built it purposely on a marsh with saltwater plumbing, and it's built out of spite, of course, hence the name. And what happened was it just left there. No one uses it ever since the mid 1900s. No one has lived there. But this pink house has been around for almost 100 years, and it's going to be demolished this month, right before the 100th anniversary of when it was built. So it's unfortunate. It's a very pretty spot, very photogenic. A lot of photographers go there and take beautiful pictures, inspires artists all around the world. It's right on Plum Island, Massachusetts. Beautiful, beautiful beach right next to it. And I'm going there one last time before it gets demolished and investigating it. Maybe something will be there, probably not. But just want to document it before it goes.
Before they take it down, right? Is
Yeah.
it so dilapidated, or somebody had purchased the property? What is the reason?
It is so what happened was it's on a I forget what's the name of the people who own the marsh. It's not a state park. It's a it's a reservation. And they want to get rid of it because it's their land, and they did an auction to where if anyone can move the house and make it their own, then someone else can keep the house and keep the history. But no one wants to buy it, so they're gonna demolish it because it's their land. So unfortunately, just wish at least it lived for at least live before. I want to have it be there until the 100th anniversary of it. You
Right.
know, it's kind of unfortunate that on a 99th and on a 99th year, it's gonna get demoed.
Oh, that's a shame.
It is what it is.
We do in the United States. We don't preserve history. We like to tear it down. Bill
Yeah.
wants to know what is your what's the next drone you're looking into? I'm thinking the DJI Minis. And he says, "Sorry, I'm a tech guy."
Yeah, fair. Honestly, I don't know yet, my friend. My buddy has a DJI. He has a more updated version of it. I have not really looked into a newer drone yet because mine's still usable, surprisingly, and I just want to save money and keep my drone for now as is. But I'm not looking into it right now. But eventually, I will. Not sure what I want yet for a drone, but it's definitely gonna be DJI.
Just shop around, shop around. All right, Ryan says the ship in Quincy is haunted. My sister-in-law had some experiences there. The USS Salem.
Yes, yes, that's funny because Ryan, I've it's this is right now today is the 3rd year anniversary where my team and I investigated that place. I just got a memory off of Facebook about us going in. Um, we did not capture anything, but the USS Salem, that ship, so many different reports. But that was back then when I was using my team was using REM pods and stuff. And when it went off, we had to debunk it. But that ship was freaking amazing. The USS Salem in Quincy, mwah, love that place. Want to go back there again eventually.
Nice, nice, nice. Rob wants to know, Noah, when have you been the most scared?
Definitely from the Bramble Hill house when the ghost said there's authority around. That's when I was like, okay, let's get out of here. And like I said, that's so far the only time that I got freaked out. I've seen shadow figures. I've seen apparitions. I've heard the craziest stuff coming from my spirit box. Swears, them calling me swears, everything, and them just saying that there is authority around got me spooked.
Yeah, well,
That's surprisingly that would be the thing that would freak me out.
yeah, we all have. I think we've all been there.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. But hey, it's healthy. It's
Right?
healthy.
Right,
It
you
comes
get
them.
the adrenaline going.
Yeah, it brings them out. It brings them out. So
My day, there's been many times I've been chased out of the cemetery and had to hop a few fences.
no,
They ain't my
you should
my
definitely,
days are over.
Laura. You should definitely go. And just bring a camera to a cemetery. Definitely, Laura. Seriously, just you can sit down in a cemetery.
Yeah. The last few times that's where I've been, a local cemetery. It's known
Yeah.
as the Outdoor Museum. There's a lot of famous people buried there, and
Okay, that's cool.
great EVPs there. So
Mm.
I want
What
to
you
get
get
in
for
a few
you?
more visits before the snow shows up.
Understandable. Understandable.
It's threatening, that's for sure.
Oh yeah.
That's why I've been busy just because I had to build a garage because our yard is filled with. I had to tear down the old garage, so
Oh yeah.
everything that's in it is all over the yard. So I had to hurry up and build another garage, put the old stuff in.
Oh man.
Yeah, so yeah, I finished it today.
Okay, so you all completed it today. That's
So
awesome.
yeah, now I just got to load all the crap back in, so I can have the yard back.
Fair.
So
That's good
that's
they
why
completed it.
I've been so beat up by her body. Carla says I would love to go to Salem just in October. Well, I totally agree.
I disagree. I disagree. I mean, uh, to each your own. But I live 30 minutes away from Salem. I go there a crap ton. And October is a terrible time to go, in my opinion,
Wicked.
because there is 4,000 parking spots, and there's way more people than 4,000 that come. Uh, that Salem is super packed, and it's very hard to find parking during October. It's better to go horror like during the summer. Summer's a good time to go in Salem.
Yeah,
Uh,
just Giselle said, yeah, October is like the worst time to go.
yeah, October's the worst time because there's traffic. It's best if you're a tourist going to Salem. It's the best to take like buses or just any different transport other than car. Just so it's the residents there have to go to work and stuff, and you don't want them to being stuck in traffic going to their jobs, making them worse for them. So definitely, if you go in October, definitely take some alternative transportation other than a car.
Right. So yeah. So Phil's just take an e-bike. Yeah, that's great. Everybody's happy.
Yeah, Annie and I, we made a mistake. We refused to go to Salem in October, and for some reason, I think we were bored. We were like, you know what? It was 2 days or 3 days ago. We're like, you know what? We're hungry. We want to go to our favorite restaurant in Salem. So we decided to go to Salem for this restaurant. And when we went there and we were driving around, we were like, what did we do? Like, why did we choose this? We knew that it was going to be packed and there's no parking.
Right.
We found the parking, but then we see all the restaurants just packed, the lines outside the door. Oh my Lord.
Wickedness.
We're like, we knew this. Why do we do this?
But sometimes it's part of the fun when all of the, the hustle and the bustle, even though I'm not into that kind of thing.
Not fair. I'm not into that kind of thing too. I'm an introvert. I like to keep to myself, and I don't like crowds. I mean, to each your own. But other people like crowds. Horror could love crowds, so that could be a good time to go for October. So
right. I think it's good because
everyone's different.
It's the just the season, the Halloween
season.
Yeah.
Understandable.
So, yeah. Have you ever booked an investigation on a Halloween night?
No. I like to go to a cemetery on Halloween night. Halloween is actually November 1st is the best time to go out ghost hunting, in my opinion. The veil is thinner. My theory is the veil is very thin between 12 a.m. to 4 a.m. Right. It's not what people think. People think it's like, oh yeah, it's like when people are trick-or-treating or whatever. No, it's completely different. You can go to a cemetery around 12 a.m. to 4 a.m. after Halloween, November 1st, 12 a.m. to 4. You can capture so much evidence if you go to a cemetery at night. It is, quote unquote, the pagan day where the devil comes and brings the spirits to the ground and makes them walk on earth again, quote. But Halloween is like that. It's the origins of it, it's when the living come back on earth to walk around.
Right. Go unnoticed. Thanks, Ryan, for coming. He says he's going to check out all of your videos.
Oh, thank you, Ryan. I appreciate that, brother.
Thanks for joining us. We really appreciate it. So that's like the veil is thin on Halloween.
Exactly. Yeah. So I always thought that, like, for years, I thought it was October 31st, 12 a.m. to 4 a.m., but I was completely wrong. It's the Day of the Dead. We're able to actually capture more ghosts. Right. It's crazy.
Well, so
and definitely test it. Like,
yes.
Laura, go to a cemetery around that time if you can. If you don't have work in the morning, if you have time, definitely go, because, like I said, spirits are more active on Halloween. All Hallows Eve is the pagan day where the devil, quote, made for the spirits that can walk on earth. Test it. It's where Halloween is where investigators spend their time in cemeteries. 100%.
So, okay, now that you're talking about it, have you ever experienced anything negative during an investigation?
Not so far. I've seen shadow figures, but shadow figures, I believe, are harmless most of the times. But nothing negative so far. I've caught a ghost on camera on my YouTube, saying "you are a dick" on my spirit box, clear as day.
Nice.
In that cemetery, that Precious Blood cemetery, clear as day. It's articulate. It's "you are a dick," completely clear as day. After I started taunting them.
Right. So you annoyed somebody, apparently.
I feel like you gotta get out of the, like, you gotta, what's the word? Go out the gate with them if they if they're mean to you and stuff. You gotta provoke them to capture evidence. I will do anything for evidence.
Evidence.
If it's not, I stay away from. I respect Native American grounds and stuff. I don't provoke them. But if I don't collect anything for like 3 or 4 hours, if I'm there for 8 or 9 hours, then I start provoking to get them out.
Right.
Just to bait them, like fish.
Yes. Activity. Rob just subbed to you. He says he loves the look.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Rob. I appreciate that. It's all 80s, 90s, industrial metal kind of aesthetic.
That's exactly what my husband said when he seen you. He says it's like the 80s. I go, yeah.
Heck yes, yeah, like underground stuff like Ministry or Skinny Puppy, even in the 90s like Nine Inch Nails, Rob Zombie, Marilyn Manson, all that kind of stuff.
Marilyn Manson, yeah.
Yeah.
Just that's great. Everybody, like I said, you guys want to sub to him. His link is in the description. And
thank you.
Popping up on there and putting it in there.
Thank you. And that's also an inspiration is shock value. With Marilyn Manson and all of that, they use like industrial bands, they use shock value to get attention.
Right.
With their music. Same goes for me. Like I run towards these ghosts for attention. You know what I mean? Just for that shock. Oh my God, this guy can actually run towards something, can actually not be afraid. That kind of thing, you know? Want to be different.
It's you see that you don't see that very often.
Right. Just like how Marilyn Manson does with his music, you don't see his aesthetic very often, especially back in the 90s. You know, like it's different for like that era. So I kind of want to relive that for myself in this time period.
Right. And then of course incorporating what you're doing is a great idea. So you're going to get the attention. Everybody's like, what the hell is this guy up to?
Yeah, what the hell? I get a lot of hate, which is good though. I mean, it can.
Well, it doesn't. You know, it's part of the.
It's part of the job.
It's part of the job. It's on YouTube. Somebody's got something negative to say. You just
exactly. That's how you know you're doing something right.
Right.
For sure.
You know, everybody gets it, and you just say, yep, okay, whatever. You know, it's
exactly. Hell yeah.
I know what I'm doing, and I'm sorry if you don't like it, but you know.
Right. Absolutely.
That's just the way it is.
Absolutely. You can't please everybody.
Yeah, you just got to keep doing your thing, and if it works, you do it.
100%.
Who do you? Oh, you missed all of the 80 guys. Bill. Bill is definitely heavy metal.
Heck yeah, Bill.
Bill's also got a great channel. You guys got to check it out. Bill's hilarious.
I have to check out Bill's channel for sure.
If you need anything to know about cars or whatever, Bill's the man to go see.
You're the man, Bill.
He says type O negative.
Oh, I love type O negative. I even love Alice in Chains, like that grunge stuff too.
I can't get into what is it, death metal? Is that what it is? That is just
fair enough. I don't blame you, Laura. I never got into death metal either.
Yeah, too raw for me. So it's
that's fair enough.
The first time I heard that, I was like, oh, that's just way too much for me.
Yeah,
I couldn't even understand the guy.
yeah.
It was all just really loud screaming. It was kind of frightening actually.
Fair. Yeah, I have a limit when it comes to
oh my God. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the hell is that noise? Bill, Cannibal Croup rules. I don't even know.
Cannibal Corpse. Cannibal Corpse.
Oh, I don't even know who that is, Bill.
Yeah, I haven't listened to music. I have not listened to them, but I respect people who listen to
them. Rob goes soft side paranormal. No, I've listened to some hard stuff because I do. I enjoy all music, but the death metal is just a little too rough for me.
No, fair enough. I agree with that. Death metal can be too much, but regular metal for me is pretty good, and freaking love post-hardcore and all that. But death metal is a whole different thing for me. I can't get into it.
World. Philip says I'm pure Linkin Park fan. Sadly, they can't replace Chester. Female vocal direction is okay, but they could pick better.
Right. Yeah, I agree with Philip with that. I like Linkin Park. But it does suck that it's unfortunate that the lead singer passed away. But I don't mind the female singer. I think she's pretty badass, honestly.
You know what it is because we're so used to the original.
Right? Yeah.
It's even with like television programs and this that when you have, like a lead actor or a lead group, and then they switch out somebody. It's just gonna take you a while to get used to it.
Right. Yeah. And a lot of people just cannot accept it, which I mean, fair enough. Taste their own. But I feel like with like that kind of stuff, the band moves on. But yeah, I mean, I do enjoy Linkin Park and like a lot of bands, like Three Days Grace even had a lead singer leave and stuff and replaced, but
Right.
all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
It's something, it's hard when something your favorite has changed and it just takes time.
Yeah,
Phil,
agreed.
Burning Witches, King Diamond, Hello. Are
I
those?
never got in, I never got into him.
And then Philip says, hey, live vocals are horrible. Are you saying that her live vocals are horrible? I just wanted to know if
I think that's what Philip is saying for sure.
yeah.
I think she's pretty good. It's just that she what I've seen is that she allows more of the audience to say the lyrics than herself. But I mean, I kind of disagree. I think she's pretty good.
Well, yeah, not for nothing. Or yeah, that's what he means. Her lives are terrible.
Mhm.
Um, and now I just lost my train of thought of what I was going with. Props that Megadeth are my favorite '80s metal band.
I never got into I don't know, I never really listened to Megadeth. I don't really listen to like a lot of people think that I listen to like Guns N' Roses or like Led Zeppelin or Metallica, but I'm more of an underground kind of uh, alternative metal kind of person from the
Right.
80s or
Yeah, I like all
80s
of those.
bands.
But I like Five Finger Death Punch and
Yeah, I never got into Five Finger, but
I enjoyed the lead singer has an incredible voice.
that's fair. I
If
respect that. I
the voice
respect that.
gets to me, that's what it is. I'm looking for the incredible vocals. Just like
Yeah, that's how Annie is too.
yeah,
Annie loves.
Disturbed, the lead singer, his vocals are incredible. His range is incredible.
Oh yeah, I respect Disturbed. I never really got into them honestly, but Disturbed is a classic for sure.
Yeah, they're really good. Let's see. Stay tuned says that she can't keep the energy or the pace. I'm ranting. So
I mean, well, I mean, like,
not for nothing. A lot of live music sucks if they're not good.
yeah, but I also think that she has to like she has a lot to a lot of people. She's obviously not Chester, not the lead singer, the past lead singer. But I just she's not ever gonna be Chester, but she's definitely I feel like she's pretty good for what she is. Slipknot's pretty good. Slipknot, I love Slipknot. Slipknot's pretty good. Corey Taylor, mwah. Mick, Jim Root.
All right. Bill, Laura likes Disturbed. Yes, I do. I actually
Yeah.
Disturbed, Bill.
And Disturbed's pretty good. Good lyrics.
It just doesn't work for me, Phil. I'd rather have holograms of Chester. Yeah, see, that's what it is. You're used to it, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So it's it's hard to change out when a band
Right.
changes. Phil said she's good for studio, but older songs she can't do it. Oh, that's what I was getting to the point. Not for nothing. Singing metal, I think for a female is hard.
Fair. I feel like Linkin Park is like, yeah. I mean, the screaming definitely would be hard, but I don't know. I feel like what I've seen on live, well, it's actually not too bad. It's not too bad, and she has a big role to. She's obviously not Chester, but she has a big role to. A lot of pressure on her. You know what I mean? Because she's not the person who passed away. If you know what I mean, like it's kind of hard to.
Yeah, you can't. It's hard. It's shoes to fill. It really is.
Exactly, the shoes to fill. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah,
Exactly.
So she has to try even harder than that.
Exactly. Yeah. but we just gotta accept it as it is. I mean, that she's part of Linkin Park now, you know, and if that's what the band wants to do, that's what
There
you
you
know.
go. I
I'm not
mean,
the band, so they can do what they want.
yeah, Bill says I also like Moody Blues, Heart, Duran Duran, etc. Well, now see right there, prime example, Heart. That's a woman
Yep.
with great vocals. I mean,
Mm.
uh, she's one of the best, actually, I believe, as far
Mm.
as a woman in that music genre.
Yep. Even like I don't know, like Linkin Park. I like, and I do have a lot of music that I listened to that had changed what's it called, change of lead singers, like Three Days Grace, Hollywood Undead, frickin' Alice in Chains had a different lead singer after the lead singer passed away. But like with that, we gotta like just move on from it and let them. If you don't like it, then you don't like it. But if you do roll fit, you do roll fit.
Right.
But you just gotta accept. I do believe that like we just gotta accept how it is because it's their band.
It's just the way it goes. Many
Yeah,
bands have done that, and nobody's been thrilled about it. But
yeah,
so Carla's still here, Bill. She says I'm here. She's making soup. I've been fighting
awesome.
off being sick. Oh no getting sick.
Just a season.
Uh, Oh, there's Sky. Hi, Sky. How are you, sweetie?
Yeah, Lisa's here. Let's go. Wait,
Sky.
Lisa's back. Was she here the whole time, or did she leave for a moment?
Well, Carla she's been lurking. She's making soup. She's
Okay.
good. She likes Slayer and Slipknot.
Oh, I love Slipknot. Love
Bill
Slipknot.
says he needed backup. That's why he was wondering where you were, Carla. She's fighting a head cold. Well, yeah, girl, you're outside all day long, running around the cemetery. That's what Carla does for a living. She is the caretaker of a cemetery.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah. So she's outside in this horrible weather. Well, I'm glad you're doing good, Sky. Yes, Sky is our puppet artist.
Okay, I thought it was Scott Lisa.
No, Sky Talker. She makes puppets of. I forgot, what do you call them, Sky? She's made fun of pretty much everybody in the community. She keeps going. So, and they're adorable. I did that actually a feature on her page, a couple of pages of her cute little puppets in my magazine for this month. They're adorable.
Mm.
And like, yeah, she's got one of Phil. She got pretty much one of everybody.
Well, that's freaking cool.
So they're cute.
That's awesome.
It's just a great imagination and just a little bit of talent, and there you go.
Oh, yeah,
Right?
the creativity is there.
Oh, she does
I
a great.
respect that.
It's so funny. So
Respect that.
she might be making one of you, Noah. You don't know.
Maybe. I feel like I'm the black sheep, though. I feel like a lot of people just.
No, what you feel like you're too weird or you're just too out. Everybody who's got their quirks, and you
Yeah.
fit in with the rest of us. So don't worry about it.
Thank you.
Hi, Emmy. Welcome, PDX. How are you? Boy, you had a wild ride today. There's always something. There's always something somebody's got to put up with, and that's just not just the paranormal.
Yeah.
If any group on YouTube is going to have naysayers and the gossip, and
Yeah.
you just let it roll off because
Right.
do.
Move on. Definitely.
So
I feel that.
is as Sky says, black sheep. You peaked, Noah. Yeah, see, so there's whatever. And I always say you always got to be a little, goofy to be in this.
Yeah, I do feel like I'm like a black sheep of like I feel like I don't really belong in like a lot of the ghost hunting community because obviously they're all not all, I can't say all, but like majority of them are lying to the audience, or like
A lot of yes.
but I feel like I'm a black sheep of the debunking community, but I also feel like I don't really fit in the urbex community either. It's really interesting. It's very interesting.
Right. So, no, you fit
Maybe
it.
that's just me.
You found your group.
Heck yeah.
not for nothing. To be honest, I believe that we are your group because the majority of the people that I have on my shows and all of the other shows that I'm attached to, this community is out for truth, the answers,
Heck yes.
the history. It's all everything that we all touch base on. Um, and that's why I like to have you guys and the guys like you on because you're going for the true history, the true
Yep.
investigation, the true data, and so just start watching everybody that's pretty much in chat
Yep.
and surrounding of us, and you're going to see you fit right in.
Thank you, Laura.
Blue Sky says she's always trying to push Noah on people.
Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that. I feel like not a lot of people like, I don't know. I feel like my name doesn't really go out there that much. So I really do appreciate that, Lisa. I just, that's also a reason why I feel like I'm kind of a black sheep is because I feel like I don't really like, I want to be a part of everyone and stuff, but I feel like I'm just, I don't know. I feel like not a lot of people really either not know me or really care.
No,
So I really do appreciate that, Lisa, for
yeah, you got to get out.
for sharing.
If you're watching the programs, like what Jeff said, Boo. He says, "Oh, I'm surprised he knows me." So you're watching him. Start talking in the chat.
Yeah.
And then this everybody's going to get to know you, and you'll just get absorbed like the rest of us into the group.
Yeah.
Let's see. Stay tuned says Laura confirmed all missing socks are at Sky's house.
Well,
They
all the talks are in Sky's house right now. All right, Sky. You gotta talk to us. What's going on there?
they all meet at her house.
You got something to say?
PDX, hey, I want to thank all my haters because if it wasn't for them cloning my name, I would have never met you. You're right.
Yeah, Fox.
Because one of her trolls showed up in one of my lives and under her tag and started using profanities. And I'm thinking, who is this woman?
Oh, man.
So when I went to go find out, then I found the real PDX or the PDX. And yeah. So far, so good. We're good, guys. So far,
So far, so good.
no trolls. No trolls. Oh yeah, she want to know. Sky wants to know who told you, Phil. See, we knew it. All them socks are missing.
Collecting socks over here, Sky, huh?
Toss the other ones; they'll end up over her house too. So what the hell?
Keeping some secrets.
Sky has Noah's black socks. Heard they smell like
they're black.
Detergent.
How'd you know?
Well, I highly think that you're going to wear this whole outfit and have white socks.
Imagine.
Talk about glowing.
Oh man. The contrast, though.
Oh yeah.
Got to make a statement,
So yeah, that would definitely be you'd be the white version of a Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
So, let's see. Sky Talker says, "I know exactly what you mean, Noah. You couldn't stick to a script 10 minutes. Too much reality to explore in the moment."
Yeah, Sky, you're right. I honestly, it's. Oh man, you can tell from my YouTube channel that it's so very hard for me to keep track of my stories when I tell the history of locations. So yeah, it's
so it's
exactly yeah.
I think you're trying to just get it all out at once.
yeah. I that's a flaw. Definitely, that's a flaw. I need to fix here. I'm not a really good. I used to be a good storyteller, but not anymore. I feel like I just get too excited, so I kind of just blur everything. Like I just, all my words get combined into one, and it just gets all messy.
You're talking quicker than your tongue can move.
Exactly. Yeah. And then that's a flaw that I think I should really fix that.
And see, Carla does the same thing. She says her head gets confused. It's because you're probably like me. I'm thinking of what I'm saying, but I skip words sometimes.
Yeah.
I'm writing stuff down too. I'll think the word and then write the next word. And then I'm thinking, what the hell did I just do? And it's because my brain's going quicker than the hands moving.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah, I'm like that with my just socializing in general. Writing it's different, but socializing definitely that I agree with that.
Yeah, no, I'm terrible. That's why I always
Oh,
have to go through my edits, like when I'm writing articles. I got to make sure that okay, did I put all the words in? Because I'll think the word, I just write the next.
yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So it's really annoying. See, Blue says Noah actually runs towards the sounds he hears when investigating.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
it's really loud.
Lisa's seen a lot. Lisa's seen a lot of my investigations. Always gotta run towards that noise, and it's always just doors. Just it's always a draft. I swear to God.
Always.
Always
Always.
a draft. God dang it! I really hope it's a ghost all the time, but it never is.
It's usually a draft or somebody's got gas.
Yeah.
Carla says shit just comes out all over the place. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Yeah. Horror. Freaking love you, horror. You know it.
She goes, go Noah, that's how you do it. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. You know it, sister. You know it.
So it's just the way it works.
Yeah.
I think that's part of the fun though, because I really get annoyed. And like I said, I'm glad that you do the opposite. I'll be watching some of these investigators, and it's mostly the fake people. And you see them, they're going, oh, what's that? Oh. And then when something happens, they scream. Yeah, I can't scream. So they scream and then they start running out of the building.
Yeah.
And I'm yelling at the computer saying, well, what the F are you doing there? You're going in the
Exactly.
wrong direction.
Exactly. Yeah.
You're there to investigate. You're not supposed to be running away from it.
Absolutely. Like I
So
said, it's like hunting deer without when you see a deer, you run away.
you go the other
That's like
way.
you're supposed to be doing your job. But I feel like YouTube is not really a place for the truth, honestly.
I think we need to change that. I think that's why we're
We
here.
do need to change that. We do, we do. But YouTube favors more of
Oh yeah,
bacon, for sure. But I feel like with all my investigations, like there's a lot of times where I hear like door slamming or like for example, the like I said earlier, the abandoned sanatorium when all the doors were slamming in the basement when I was in the morgue,
right.
ran right towards those noises. But like the view count doesn't really exceed my expectations, which kind of sucks. It is what it is. But I just really hope that like I expect kind of a bigger view count for something that is running towards the evidence. But I guess I don't know. YouTube just doesn't like me.
So, like, you just got to keep doing what you're doing and just
Oh, absolutely.
get there.
Yeah,
It's
we'll get there. We'll get there. I'm confident.
um, like me when I was more active in the investigations. I'm not so much anymore. And my sister's part of my team, and when we would hear something, I would wait a minute just to try to determine what I'm hearing. Not my sister; she just would take off right down the hall after it.
Okay.
No fear whatsoever.
Hell yeah.
So
As she
yeah,
should.
so it's and I love it. Like when I seen excuse me, when Joe did the investigation with the Sinai guy, same thing. He saw something down the hall and he just took off after it. And I'm like, all right, that's what you
Yeah.
like to see.
Absolutely. 100%.
So I mean, it's
Yeah.
that's what people want to
And
see.
thank apps 100%. Yep.
Yeah.
I'll thank you, Horror, for something. I do appreciate that, sister. Thank you. We're friends on Facebook, so definitely if you're down, we can DM each other and stuff.
Wonderful. Bill, I'm starting my own debunking channel. Coffins and coffee.
Coffins and coffee.
No, Bill should be a debunker. I
Bill
suck,
should be, dude.
I suck Bill into this because he's a guy, not a
I want
paranormal.
some coffee right now.
But and now I've got him into it and he's watching this stuff. He has the eye for debunking.
Hell
100%.
yeah. I believe it.
And I told him he needs to do that.
I want some coffee right now.
So he can look at a video and where the most of us are focused on, the people in the video, he is focused on the background and the surroundings.
Yep.
And he catches everything. And I keep telling him he needs to start up his own channel.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see. We'll talk him into it sooner or later. Let's see. Sky says, uh, Lisa, I'll post pictures. Oh, about her puppets. Yeah, Like I said, I have a whole thing in there in the magazine with some of her puppets, but not all of them, guys. So please check out the Discord for Sky so you could see her puppets. They're so cute.
Heck yeah.
She's trying to get everybody. So she's getting there little by little. She's got one of everyone.
Hmm.
What is she saying here? Phil, you don't want to know where they come out. It's quite the portal, very Saki and mysterious. So that's where I know that's where they're going. They're going to her house. We know it.
To her house.
Let's see, Bill. Noah, Laura, and I live in Central New York. We can hook up with you in 3 hours for an investigation. You
Heck
say
yeah,
that,
I'm
you're
down.
not doing it though.
I'm down. We Annie and I have been to New York a couple times. That's what I like about Massachusetts. We're next to New Hampshire, Vermont, New York, Rhode
Right.
Island, freaking
You're
Connecticut, Maine. So New York is it's 4 hours, but it's not that far compared to where we go to for abandoned places. So I'm down to go there.
Carla says we need more investigators like you, Noah. Yes, we do.
Thank you, Cora. I appreciate that. You're amazing. Thank you.
And she said she would so go investigate. Yes, she would.
Heck
Carla's
yeah.
too.
I'm down, sister. Whenever you're down, I'm down. So let me know.
I'm
Would
down.
love to investigate with you, my friend.
I looked up because I was curious after Carla did her last investigation here and they had that death bell thing.
Yeah.
They want over $200 for that bell.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how it's annoying.
Crazy.
Yeah, like a lot of equipment on the internet, of ghost hunting equipment, it's all like it's all crap. Like and it's so expensive. Like a REM pod is $200. When I first started investigating, I thought REM pods were good. But I bought one for $200 thinking that it would work and I would test it in my own house and it would
Right.
go off and I'd be like, whoa, it's something. Well, little do I know, it took me until 2020 for me to realize that it's the power in my house that's causing the REM pod to go off. EMF is everywhere. It's not a
Right.
valid form of evidence. You can set up a REM pod in the middle of a freaking field and the Earth, the planet, generates EMF naturally. So it comes in waves in the air. So it can easily capture something, or you can easily capture EMF readings from a REM pod, even outside of no batteries with you, no vape with you, nothing that sets off anything that sets off EMF. You don't have anything, it will still go off.
Right.
You know what I mean? And these people are asking for these high prices on this equipment that is not valid evidence. So like it's annoying because that death bell sucks. REM pods, even K2 meters, Flux 2, even.
It's well, I always leave the door open because it's all experimental.
Fair.
Uh, a lot of people like to use the gadgets, and that's great because then they
Yeah.
can collect their data.
Yeah.
So it is an experiment. So you use it a little bit, see what goes on with it. But basically, I just use a camera and a digital recorder.
Good. That's a good way to go.
When I do, buildings or residential, I do bring K2 because I want to see what live electricity is going through the building,
Yeah.
around the building. And then I normally just throw the thing back in the bag once I've, registered where we have EMF coming from.
Yeah.
I don't use
even electricians use those EMF meters to find power in the house.
That's why they were
to find live wires.
Yeah.
So with that, I believe that everything that involves electromagnetic fields is completely null and void. That's why everyone who watches my channel does not see me use EMF. I used to believe in EMF. When I first started investigating, I used to use EMF meters and REM pods and all that EMF crap, thinking it was real. But I learned that over time, it's not a valid piece of evidence because how can we tell if it's a ghost or not? You can't, because especially if you're in a building of power, no matter what, it's null and void because it could easily be the power and the place, the building.
Well, exactly. And now today, they're running lines underground.
Yeah, yeah,
So you still got to check for that. So, I mean, you have
right,
to make allowances for all of those things.
right,
But to completely, depend upon those things during the investigation, no.
right,
I know
for sure.
a lot of people use them for fillers in the video because, not for nothing, it is boring.
Yeah,
You're sitting around for hours in the dark talking to yourself,
yeah,
and that can be pretty boring. So I understand, the gadgets and the apps. And, like I said, it's still an experiment. So, yeah, I mean, you got to leave that door open because it's still, you never know.
yeah.
There might be
That,
that one time, like you said, you had something come over, a spirit box that calls you a dick or whatever.
yeah. I
You,
mean, a lot of people, a lot of debunkers especially, don't believe in a spirit box.
right,
But a lot of times on my YouTube, I would get completely clear responses. Like in Salem, I asked in the cemetery in Howard Street Cemetery in Salem, I asked them, um, "What is your name? I would love to know your name." And on my YouTube, you could hear a children saying Ronnie, clear as day. Um, I I believe that spirit boxes are great. I feel like I'm the only one, and I'm a debunker. I don't want to call myself a debunker, but I debunk with logic and natural explanations. I do believe that spirit box is good because I know the science of it.
right,
Of course, first there is FM channel and AM channel. FM is of course more prone to interference than AM. We have to eliminate as much radio as possible. And for that, we have to sweep through the white noise in AM.
right.
Um, the interference that comes through will be gibberish. If you get an actual word through that setting, you caught something. The theory is that the pulsating of the white noise, that annoying,
Yes, I can't stand it. That's another reason why I won't use it.
yeah, a lot of people don't like that noise, and I think that's another reason why my YouTube channel won't really uh like really go that far with viewership is because a lot of people don't really like that noise. But my theory is that it causes a riff in between the gibberish interference. That riff thins the veil for them and calls and pulls them in. The spirit needs a way to talk into the device, and that way is through the antenna. Everyone, not everyone, but a lot of people like to remove the antenna. I believe that's completely wrong to do. They use the antenna as a microphone. What it does is that it pulls the power from the antenna and brings it into the transmission of the spirit box and out the speaker. Without the antenna, you have a faulty device. They also use the sweep rate energy to communicate. The whole it's not only white noise, it's sweeping through the channels.
Yeah.
And what happens is they use the sweep rate energy to communicate, and also the radio waves, which they grasp and are able to run through the energy through. They also need the broadcasting through the speaker. But the spirit uses the energy broadcasting through the speaker. The spirit catches the in between channel interference. The shift that the spirit box is going through is the power source in its building. You can start running the spirit box for quite a while and get nothing until they figure out how to understand it. Like you'll get
About it.
little words that are fast in one sweep or a whole sentence in multiple sweeps. It's because they're figuring out how to understand how to use it.
Welcome, Phantom.
Um,
Welcome the chairman. Welcome, guys. Phantom says, natural EMF won't trigger a REM, but bad electrical in a home for sure.
I mean, I kind of disagree because I've tested REM pods for years now. After I realized that they're null and void, I've tested them in fields with no cameras, no batteries, my vape not in hand, anything that will trigger EMF. It having all that removed, extracted from anywhere near me, it will still go off. I believe because of the planet itself.
See, that's why I think it's so important to test and retest and test again.
Right. Yeah. And I've been doing it for everything. Tested the Flux 2. I've tested phone apps, tested everything, almost everything beneath the sun. It's crazy.
It's yeah, and you just got to keep testing it because you just never know. That's why I love. If you ever watch Kenny Biddle,
Yeah.
he is just amazing, and yeah, he dissects everything
Oh, for sure. For
and
sure.
test and retest. I mean, so it's great. We need that information.
Yeah.
Sky puts on here, Noah. I think it's us who can influence EMF results because our brain waves emit. Uh, I'm sorry, guys. I can't barely read. Delta, etc. She's talking about all the different delta waves and all of that.
Okay.
Solar flares affect brain waves, all connected. But there's something there I can't almost sense it, or she can almost sense it. Sorry,
Yeah.
I butchered that.
Oh, fair enough. I mean, yeah, yeah. I mean, I feel like I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I have to really like test more into it, but I'm
Yeah, we got to keep
not too
testing.
sure about that. But
The
I
chairman says
respect your opinion.
a lot of phone apps seem to be at least scams. They found out too so far. Yeah, all the pretty much
Yeah,
BS.
you can like a lot of uh these developers, I've contacted many of them, and some of them don't answer, some of them do answer, and when they do answer, they say that they use sensors on your phone to actually capture spirit voices. But you can contact Apple and Samsung, and they'll say that most of the sensors in your phone won't be allowed in the apps that you purchase or you download. So it was kind of counterintuitive. I do believe that, like GhostTube, for example, like Amy's Crypt, um, I believe that GhostTube is like crap because you can easily pull it up against you can pull your phone up to a picture frame and it would detect a stick figure. You know what I mean? And they say that they use sensors on your phone. I don't believe it. I feel like a lot of phone apps are scams. Yes, all of them are actually. I don't
All the
believe that
yeah,
a
they're all
ghost
dark
can
entertainment.
go and talk to us through modern day technology when they died 200 years ago.
But now there's people that love them, and uh, I spoke with a few people. Steve from Nocturnal Frequency Radio was one of
Yep.
them. Him and a bunch of his friends. I mean, they've been in the paranormal for years, and they collected lots and lots of data. And I told him at one point, wouldn't it be great if they all got together,
Yep.
collected their data together, and actually come up with something that
Mm-hmm.
would actually be useful in the field, so that we could maybe actually catch something.
Mm.
Um, that's what we need. We need people to collect all of this information and put it together and then bring it to an electronics engineer or somebody and have them
Absolutely. Yeah.
develop something that's actually going to be useful in the field.
Yeah. And the thing is, like when I was explaining the spirit box, I can even break it down even more. But that's up to you guys. I am totally open for it. I am a spirit box stand. I have so much information about the spirit box. I do think it's a valid form of evidence. But I don't know. I feel like like I said, a lot of debunkers don't really like it. But I do believe that if you're in a haunted place, you can get crazy stuff with it.
Right. Well, see, that's their job to find the flaws
Yeah.
and point them out. So
Yeah.
I always call the debunkers the paranormal police because they're the ones that are finding the fakers, and they know about, uh, when you're doing editing, masking, and all of this other fancy stuff that people can do to make it look real.
Yeah.
They know how to find it and
Right.
point it out. It's just like same thing. Bill and I were watching a video for a friend of ours, and he started picking out things that people weren't noticing,
Yeah.
and so it's just amazing. Hi, Parasolo, welcome. So
Hey,
it's
Parasola, welcome in,
we need
brother.
we need to debunk ourselves, but the debunkers, that's what they do. They sit there and they go through this stuff for
Yeah.
hours
Yeah.
and they find the flaws.
Right.
Giselle says, peer-reviewed journals would be great starts to being taken more seriously as the field of study. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We need to get that information out. And I mean, there's a lot of magazines that do this thing. Excuse me. I try to incorporate it and in the community magazine that I'm putting out, everybody's tips and advice and opinions. We need all of this.
Right.
So that, when we do go out into the field and other people go out into the field, they know, okay, well, this has been reviewed by these people. This is, their advice. This is the data they've gotten. So it's proof.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much the only proof that we really get is through, collecting that data and putting it to use.
Absolutely.
So it's great that you do that. You really get into it. It's not just, the filming and the scares and all of that stuff.
Right.
It's the
all the
actual
science.
science behind it.
Exactly. It's all science. I only use devices that I know the science of. If
So
I don't know how it works, I'm not using it.
Well, but if you really want to, then you're going to research it and put it
Right.
to the test. And then if it
That's
doesn't
that's right.
test, yeah.
That's absolutely right. Yeah. But I'm not using it on video for sure.
And that's the great thing,
Yep.
Oh, Bill, don't forget Laura needs submissions in soon for the magazine. Yes, everything is due by the 25th. So guys, send in your stuff. I want to fill those pages and get out another great issue. Everybody has been such a great help. And we're even going to put a page in there about you, Noah.
Thank you.
Get the word out, share it out, and that's what it is. That's why it's a community-based magazine. So everything that's in there has been sent in by somebody, written by somebody.
Sweet.
And that's what I love about it. It's everybody's involved and so everybody can enjoy. That's the whole point. You guys got any questions for Noah? Let's get some questions on the board for him before we send him on his way.
I'm already.
So he's ready to answer anything. Yeah, Bill, it was 63 pages for October.
Dang.
So that was really fun because it was Halloween based. So we had a lot of fun with that.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, Lisa's a Noah page. Yeah, we're gonna put it in there. Why not?
Why not?
Very cool. I've enjoyed tonight's interview. Thank you, Carla.
Thank you, Carla, for being here. I appreciate that, sister.
Have you investigated in Plymouth, Noah?
Yes. There's a cemetery right in downtown that I investigated. Didn't really capture much, unfortunately. I thought I would, considering the history of that place.
Right.
But I have not. Well, I'm not capturing anything. Not capturing anything. But I have been. I forget what cemetery it was. It's been a couple years, but I've been there a few times, night, day. Got nothing from it, but pretty interesting cemetery. Very beautiful, right by the sea.
Yeah, well, you just have to keep going back. See, that's the thing.
Absolutely, yeah.
A lot of people, you got to keep going back.
Right. If a place is haunted, no matter what time of day it is.
Right. So it's just a matter of catching it at the right time.
Exactly. Yeah.
Bill says Noah for president 2020. Oh, he don't want that job.
Oh God, I would hate that job so much. That's a good one, though.
I always told my son that, growing up, you don't want to be president, become famous, you need more money.
I would say it would be Mr. Beast to be the president, but after all of the bad stuff that we heard about him, I take that back.
The chairman says on the Apple Store app, they have a lot of ghost spirit box apps.
Yeah. I fell for him back then, as in freaking 5 years ago. It hasn't been back then. But I have fell for him at one point in my life. And I bought Necrophonic when Oh My Gosh TV was promoting it out just so he can get money from it. Thinking I thought it was real, thinking I would get something from it, believed it, but little did I know, I
Yeah,
needed to wake up.
I tried that one too. When it started going off, I'm thinking, oh, okay, this is all full of crap.
Yeah, I believed it for a couple months, and I'm like, wait a minute, this doesn't make sense. I heard the same exact word like 5 times already.
Right, right. And it's like one word. You never get a full sentence. So it's
Yeah,
that
right.
would impress me, a full sentence. Carla wants to know what places are your favorite to investigate? Example, church, cemetery, asylum, prison, home.
That's a good question. For me, that's really hard because all of them can have a lot of history. Um, so for me, I would go with either a cemetery or a prison. Prison has a lot of imprint hauntings where they're doing the same exact thing over and over when they're dead. Prisons are really good, and cemeteries are really good. Even churches are really good too if you want to find something evil. Um, but cemeteries, because that's where all the real investigators go, and prisons are pretty gnarly for sure,
Yeah, prisons are, yeah, they're
because that's
inter-
where the bad people are at, and then I can make fun of them. Hey, you
interesting.
bitch! You better talk to me.
Pretty interesting stuff happens in prisons. Blue Sky wants to know, Noah, are you planning on kayaking out to the island for another investigation there?
Lisa, I really do appreciate that question. Thank you for asking that. Yes, I do, Lisa. I do. I would love to go back. Annie and I are planning to go back next year. We can't go right now because, of course, the weather's too cold for our skinny, bony asses.
Frozen.
And especially during in the middle of the ocean, it's going to be even more colder.
Yeah.
But that abandoned islands, we want to go back in the summer or the late spring. Definitely gonna give you a better video, Lisa, than what I made last week because I want to make this into a very well documented video that we can all learn a lot from because that place has a lot of history. All the way back to when the Native Americans settled there to hunt game and stuff. That place had everything. So
Yeah, you got
yes, I will.
because if they open it back up,
Yeah, they said the mayor, I forget what her name is, but the mayor of Boston, she wants to open up that Long Island again within a 4 year range.
right?
Um, we've kayaked there twice already, and the second time we went, we saw a courtyard being like you can tell that someone has uh, cleared the foliage that was overgrown. So I think that's one of the big signs that this place might not last long.
Right.
Um, so I really hope that by the time we come back there next year, we'll be able to explore it and see the lighthouse because there's an abandoned lighthouse and an abandoned fort that I did not show you guys on that video that I really love to show you guys one day.
Well, maybe you'll have the time because you know how construction takes a long time before they even get to it. So you might,
Absolutely, especially when it comes to like freaking ownerships and stuff. It's for banned places, it's hard, banks and everything.
so yeah, you might have time to get back in there.
Yeah.
Let's see. The chairman says there seems to be quite a bit of activity at Arlington Cemetery, but I don't think they would let you do an investigation there.
That's honestly very. I'm very glad you said that. Um, Chairman, the thing is, what's funny, if you're talking about the same Arlington Cemetery, Arlington Cemetery is Arlington, Massachusetts, is my hometown. That's where I grew up in. That's where I was. I was born a couple towns away from it, but that's where I grew up for 14 years. My grandmother was basically my mother while my mother was working hard, supporting me. She was never home, but during those times, I would go to that cemetery, walking around because I lived right next to it. But my grandmother now is buried there after she passed away several years ago. But that Arlington Cemetery is where she's buried. I don't know if I want to go back to investigate because I'm not gonna lie to you. I am afraid to get my heart broken because with a spirit box, when you do use it, spirits, like I said earlier in the live stream, spirits, they, if you're vulnerable, they can get inside your head and they can fuck with you and play around. So if I go there, they can easily manipulate my grandmother's voice and pretend like they're my grandmother when they're not.
Right.
So I don't want to go back to that cemetery to investigate because I'm afraid that I will get manipulated. So
Okay.
if that makes any sense, I found that a lot of times with relatives, with friends, when friends' families passed away, and we use a spirit box, we would get the family member that passes away on the spirit box. It When we talk to family members that pass away, it leads to heartbreak. I don't recommend it. Um, don't trust, don't trust ghosts ever. Don't trust what they say because they can easily. They're like humans.
Well, you don't know what you're talking to, who you're talking to.
Exactly. They're like humans. They're people are messed up. Ghosts can be as messed up.
Yeah.
You
Good night.
know.
Thanks for hanging out with us. She says she's going to be looking forward to your next video, Noah.
Thank you, Giselle. I love you big time.
Uh,
Thank you. I appreciate your support, sister. Thank you.
the chairman said he was talking about Arlington, Virginia.
Oh, okay, never mind then. I thought you were talking about Arlington, Massachusetts.
No, it's all right. It's all right. But I think I agree with him. I don't think you'd be allowed to step foot in there
Fair,
to walk
fair.
around and do an investigation. Let's see. Carla wants to know, Noah, how do you have ways to protect yourself on investigation, or do you prefer to leave yourself vulnerable?
I do protect myself. I use Native American stuff because I do believe in what Native Americans believe in. They use a lot of clear quartz crystals because it's scientifically proven that clear quartz crystals hold energy. And I'm not a big crystal fanatic at all. I'm not really into that stuff, but I know that clear quartz crystals, if you set them up around the house, if you have something bad, if you have ghosts in your house, set clear quartz crystals around your house, you are golden. They won't be in your house. Not only that, sage, of course, let the sage marinate and you're good to go. Close the windows. But Native Americans, they would use sage and clear quartz crystals to protect themselves. And it's even better if you keep the same clear quartz crystals on you. Um, Amethyst can be like clear quartz crystals, but you need a crap ton of them because uh, amethyst has a lot of magnesium in it, and they don't hold enough energy. So you need a crap ton in order for them to be as powerful as just one clear quartz crystal. So definitely clear quartz crystals and sage.
There you go. All right. She also wants to know, do you think that's why entities have attachment to things like crystal dishes and items in the household?
You know, Carla, that's the thing. Like, I'm still trying to figure this out. I don't know yet, and that's the fun part of being an investigator is that we're still learning. I don't know why they would attach things, like attach themselves to things. I have I don't really believe in haunted dolls, but I have a few that are pretty crazy. I've had crazy stuff happen, like hisses when I refuse to believe them and throw them around the room and stuff. I don't know why they would attach to household items like that. I've been experimenting with that, and I've yet to find an answer for you, sister. I don't know yet. I don't know yet, but eventually I'll figure it out. It's gonna take some time, years even.
Yeah.
But
Great question, Carla, because
that's a great question. Yeah.
Bill actually had an experience when he was a child, and he attributed it to a glass dish that they had in their home.
Okay.
He used to have used to cause him bad dreams and issues, and once he broke that dish, it all stopped.
Really?
So apparently there was something attached to that dish.
Okay. I figured that since it broke, maybe it would be even more
No,
more active.
it stopped right after that. So it was really strange. And of
That's
course,
interesting.
nobody is gonna. Let's see. What did he say, Bill? Oh my God, I was just freaking out RN about that. Oh, right now, yeah. See, the attachment. He said once he broke it, it was done.
Oh
So
oh yeah, there you go.
yeah, it's strange. Okay, Carla wants to know. She goes, "I had my K2 go off around a crystal lead vase, no electricity around it."
Uh, Carla, do you have your phone in your pocket? Do you have a any batteries near you? If there's any batteries around the vicinity, if there is so it seems to me that I assume there's no power around it, but definitely check to see if your phone's on. When I used to believe in EMF, I remember my power going out in my apartment, and the EMF would go off, and I would think it's one of my haunted dolls, one of the spirits that are attached to my haunted dolls. But in reality, it's my phone in my pocket the whole time. So definitely let me know if you have the phone in your pocket or something.
Yeah, she said no, it wasn't around that stuff.
Okay, that's interesting. I don't know then. I honestly don't know.
Yeah,
That
she
definitely. If you still have that, definitely record it. I would love to see it.
so yeah, it's I don't know. I agree with the chairman. He says I would think that spirits would attach themselves to items because they were items that they loved when they were alive.
Yes,
I do
yes,
think that that's a connection.
yes, yes. That's what I'm leaning towards, but I cannot give an official answer. But that is what my research is leaning towards for sure.
So yeah, there's if there is such thing as an attachment, because I have never experienced that myself with anything
I
with attachments.
I do believe in attachments. It's very interesting. Like for me, like I believe attachments. Uh, the same reason why a ghost would follow you home is the exact same reason why Bill would follow you home. Not Bill here, but like for example, like a random Bill out on the street. Someone
Yeah,
who is
I'm
like
sure you'll follow
you
me
know what I
home,
mean? Like a man that's creepy, that like likes the way you look or likes the way you smell. They would follow you home.
right?
Same reasons as um a man and a human would follow you home. It's the same
Right.
reason why a ghost would follow you home. There's no rhyme or reason to it, you know?
No, that's true. That's true. Right. Yeah. Like I said, yeah, I had Bill follow me home, but it's because I fed him. So it's Bill said I might follow someone home though. Yeah. Just make a cheesecake. He'll follow you home.
Bill, you can follow me home, brother.
Uh, Blue Sky says our Bill isn't that creepy. You give him a good cheesecake or apple pie, and Bill will be your best friend.
Yeah.
Uh, let's see, Carla. Do you believe in bad spirits, Noah? Do you believe in demonic?
That's a tough question. Carla, I believe in bad spirits, but I don't really believe in demons just yet. Um, I need to like see something like really evil. I've seen ghosts that are mean, but that's because I'm mean to them first. But I have not seen any demonic stuff yet, and if I do, I would love to get money off of that. To
Well,
be honest,
there's a lot of people
but
out there that they've had that experience. So
yeah, I so far I don't believe in demons, but that my mind could change if I do see something that is unexplainable. That is clearly something kind of exotic. You know what I mean?
right, you just don't know.
Yeah,
Great
I feel like
question.
it'd be churches would be the best place for it.
Yeah, well, cemeteries too.
Oh yeah, for sure. Cemeteries, yes, yeah.
You gotta you gotta be
I
careful.
believe. Yeah, go ahead, Laura. You go first.
You just have to be careful, protect yourself, in the cemeteries because you don't know who's buried there, why they were buried there, and what happened.
Right. I believe that if you are evil as a human being while living, you are evil as a ghost. That's just how it is.
So it's yeah. Bill said, if there's coffee and a cool car in the driveway, I'll follow you home.
Okay, but I just have a Toyota, Bill. I'm sorry. I have some coffee, but I don't have a cool car.
Well, right now, no cars over here. It's a Chevy Silverado, but I got the coffee.
Bill, would you still follow me home if I have a Toyota Corolla?
Oh, let's see. Julie says, why would a cemetery be haunted? Hi, Julie R. Welcome, welcome. And good question. Why would a cemetery be haunted?
For me, I believe it's because their bodies are there and their family's there if their family passed on in the same cemetery.
Oh, and Carla says, I think spirits visit in cemeteries.
Mm.
She works on one. And I wouldn't consider it a haunting. I would consider it, yeah, it's maybe they linger, who knows? But yeah, if you're visiting there, maybe that they're popping in.
I believe there's three types of hauntings. The first one is waiting for family. The second one is territorial, like the abandoned mansion that I talked to you about.
Right.
Like they're like, hey, this is my house, get out. And there is traumatic. Traumatic like a car crash or something. You don't expect it. You were alive at one point and then 2 seconds later you're dead. You don't understand that you're dead. That's a
Right.
part of where ghosts come from, is that you don't really know what happened to yourself.
Well, it's a
You
big shock.
know?
Yeah, it's a big shock. That's okay. She's been lurking for a while. That's all right. Lurk away. But yeah, actually, well, recently when I was just at the cemetery that I've been going to, the EVPs are where I picked up where it said my name several times, and it also warned me that somebody was watching me.
Okay.
It was a complete sentence. So
Laura, definitely email me those EVPs if you can. I would love to see them or hear them. I
oh
mean,
yeah, it took I was like what, but then when I went back again in that same spot, there was nothing. So see there,
okay,
just because it happened that one time isn't going to happen every time.
okay, yeah, absolutely. And the thing is, Laura, of EVPs, um, I believe there is a veil or curtain between here and there. And when you talk to the recorder, it will make like a loud noise. And spirits can yell at their own curtain, at their own veil. And when they yell at the curtain, they're yelling at the recorder. And it takes them a lot of energy, but at the same time, we get to hear them. That's why they sound so muffled all the time. It's because they're yelling into it.
Oh yeah, it
And
takes
they're talking to that curtain.
yeah. Carlos says yes, territorial and traumatic.
Yeah.
That's what I think you're going to get more. Somebody that's been traumatically, taken away from this plane of existence because it's a shock.
Right. And the thing is, like, and that can be imprints too. Um, like say like a woman hypothetically gets stabbed in the neck by her husband in the kitchen of an abandoned house. She will still be there, confused. What happened?
Right,
That's a part where ghosts come from, is they don't know what happened to them. And that's what I'm trying to figure out, is why they're here, you know?
right. See, yeah, because Bill had heard what I was just telling you about, and he said, yeah, it was on the digital recorder, but the camera didn't pick it up.
Mm.
So that's the interesting part, because I figured it would pick up on the camera, but no. When I got home with the recorder, put the headphones on, I was like, oh shit. So it's
Yeah.
didn't hear it with my own ears, but the recorder picked it up.
Yeah.
Carla says she's had experience with both of those.
Yeah. You know, Carla, you know. You understand. You know, sister.
So
You know.
she's right there, front and center.
I don't have to say anything. You already know.
So here, Blue Sky says, I agree so much with what Noah believes. That's why I follow him.
Thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that.
Well,
Um,
she's following you home, so it's
yeah, but also like it's kind of random, but um, like shadow figures, right? Like that's kind of off topic, but this is why I like using multiple cameras of different angles in my YouTube channel. Um, shadow figures are very hard to find, but it's easier to find them if you have multiple cameras around.
right.
You know, you can even set up trail cameras to capture them.
So it's yeah, well, because you're gonna get that, like you said, every angle. If you're not in the room, because usually stuff happens when you're not in the room.
Right. And the thing is, like, if you just have one camera, and you capture a ghost, uh, people can be like, okay, that's credible, but that's not enough evidence. If you have multiple cameras, different angles of this damn apparition, well, I mean, you're gold, you know?
Yes, Bill, that's right. Carry your your recorder and your cameras at all times. I do every time I leave the house. I bring my camera bag.
Absolutely. Yeah. Always bring a camera. Like I said, cameras are the most important tool, 100%. You cannot
Everything,
collect evidence if you don't have collect. If what?
everything I have is in my camera bags that I
Yeah.
use. So it's
Frick
just
yeah.
grab one bag and throw in the truck and take off.
Hell yeah. I'm the
Car-
opposite. I carry too much.
nah, I don't want to deal with all that.
Fair, fair. It's
Simple.
breaking my back.
Carla says I have seen more light apparitions than dark ones.
Fair enough. I believe, Carla, we don't 100% know of this, but I believe that apparitions, they are formed by pulling electromagnetic field, magnetic interference and water vapor out of the air, causing them to combine and making a figure of themselves. Um, Obviously, like I said, we don't 100% know, but that's my theory on it.
Oh, there you go. Blue Sky says, "You remember your camera, Noah? You just forgot your mask and gloves." I know that's the
Yeah.
one thing I got to bitch at you about. You go in these places with all this mold. There's no gloves, no mask.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not that intelligent.
Put them in the bag.
At least I brought my cameras. At least I can capture a ghost if I you know.
Well, unfortunately, I mean, you get that black mold in your lung, you're going to be a ghost yourself.
Absolutely, yeah. Then I get to haunt everyone and prove that
Yeah,
ghosts were real. I become a martyr.
good gracious. Carla says, "I like what Noah said about the different spirits being attracted to specific energies or different people."
Well, thank you, Carla. I believe um I don't even like, for example, like cameras. Kind of off topic, but I feel like most cameras, I'm pretty sure some of you will agree with me, but I believe like most cameras are on basic cameras and weird cameras like flip phones. No one is ever going to have the perfect camera at the perfect time. No matter what of all these YouTubers tell you, you're never going to have the right shots, the right angle, the right camera for what you're trying to capture.
Yeah, it just happens when it happens.
Exactly.
Oh, we have a question from Friday. He says, "Noah, have you studied much on any form of quantum mechanics?"
I don't think so. No, no, I have not.
Not yet. He's young.
Yeah, I'm young. I honestly don't. I'm gonna be honest. I'm unaware of what that means. You might have to simplify that, brother.
All right.
I'm slow.
I mean, there's a lot that goes into all of that. A lot of, no matter, it's a lot of studies of everything. So it's
Yeah,
as you progress and grow in the field, you're going to say, well, gee, I'm going to need to know this. I'm going to
yeah.
need to know that. So
Yeah,
it's,
I'm right. I'm still learning.
you'll get there. It's just, you're going to start learning all kinds of new things that you didn't even think you were
Absolutely,
going to touch base
absolutely.
because it's all connected in one way or another.
You know it.
Any other questions? Any other questions, guys? Just let them get out there. What is in while we're waiting for the questions? What is scheduled for the future of Noah Faraday? Where are you
Hey,
going to be going? What are you going to be up to, or are you going to take a break?
Oh, I'm never gonna take a break. I have not taken a break since day one of this YouTube channel. No matter what, I've been getting like 300 views every single freaking video for 3 years. I'm not giving up. I'm still grinding. The thing is, the future is more engagement with live streams and more ghost hunts because this whole summer was a lot of urbex exploring, not a lot of ghost hunting. And I feel like I kind of isolated my audience a little bit because most of my audience subscribed for my passion for ghost hunting
Right.
and the way I do things. So I kind of just threw that under a rug by accident by letting my urbex passion get in there. But now what I'm gonna do is combine them. So I'm gonna urbex explore and investigate together, so everyone can get the best of both worlds.
Right.
Um, but yeah, as of right now, every Saturday, uploading once a week. This whole year, I'm ahead of schedule. I sometimes make bonus videos in middle of the week for my audience. Um, because I love my audience. I want to give them. I want them to be happy. I want them to enjoy. I want them to tag them. I want to tag them along my adventures. So um, I try my best to travel and give them what they want.
That's all right. Well, everybody's enjoying it. That is for sure. Friday says it's a good subject to look into. It could help you on the theory of the specter manifestations. There you go.
Thank you,
Uh,
brother. I appreciate that. Friday, definitely comment on my YouTube channel so we can talk more. I would love to talk to you, my friend.
and also, Bill said to look up Einstein's spooky physics. It's fascinating.
Okay, Bill. Definitely remind me in the comment section too. So I can look it up because I'm gonna be honest, I might forget after this live stream. So definitely remind me, brother.
Guys got to
Remind
do
me.
all his homework for the week.
Yeah.
Carla says, she goes, I'm glad you aren't going to let up on it. Keep pursuing what you love.
Thank you,
Well,
Carla. Absolutely. All the way through. My whole goal was to make 52 videos a year, once every week. But I'm so far ahead of the game right now. Um, Giving you guys as much content as I can. So by the end of the year, it's going to surpass 52 videos. So I feel like I'm in a good place right now.
recommendation. Friday says, reading the book by Tom Campbell, My Big Toe. A lot of good stuff in there to take you down the rabbit hole. So there you
Okay. Well,
write that down and check it out.
thank you, Friday. Thank you.
Okay.
I recommend a book that I've been reading. It's the author is Andrew Black. It's called Buried Dreams. It's about a haunted tunnel that I go to all the time on my channel. I recommend that book back, Friday. I'll definitely look up your book, but I definitely recommend the book that we can trade, brother. We can trade.
Oh,
Definitely looking that up after. Thank you, homie.
yeah. So it's a little bit of everything from everybody. That's what it's
Heck
all
yeah.
about, guys. We learn from each other, educate each other, and help when we can. That's the whole point of my lives and my channel.
Heck yeah.
I want everybody to get as much as they can out of it. And it's just,
And Laura, you're
you
doing
know,
excellent. Seriously, you have been doing well on this channel.
I'm trying. I try to get it out there, get the information out.
I believe in you, sister. I believe in you.
If it goes somewhere, it goes somewhere. We'll just have
It
to let it
will.
roll.
It
That's all.
will. You know it. Make no mistake on that subject. You know it will. Come on.
Okay, guys, what I'm gonna do is remind you, please hit that like and share button. Guys, it's
Heck
free,
yes.
helps us out. Please subscribe to Noah. Check him out.
Subscribe to Laura.
His videos are great. And I know, like and subscribe. I don't usually say that.
Me
If you
neither. I never say it.
also if you want to help support my channel, There is a link on my page for donations. If you want to, guys, it's there. Just
Yeah.
letting everybody know about it. And just thanks for showing up. We've had a great time.
Heck yeah.
Don't
Thank
forget
you for having me.
the link for the magazine is also on my community page. Check that out.
Will
Everybody's
do.
stories are in there. There's some good stuff in there. And send in your submissions, guys, so I can fill up the issue for November.
Sweet.
Okay, guys. I thank you, Noah. Thank you for joining us. We had a great time.
Pleasure to be here.
And we look forward to enjoying your new adventures. And hopefully you'll come on again sometime.
I would love to. Whenever just let me know. Give me the word. I'll be there.
You got it. You got it. Until
And
then, go ahead.
I'll check out the magazine too.
Oh, you're gonna like it. It's fun. It's a good time.
Absolutely.
Some great stories, some great artwork, some great advice. Until then, guys, thank you, and we will see you all again next time on the Raw Side.
I love you all.